Samsung is showing the world how it wants to do an AI smartphone with the Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus, offering a bag full of new and enhanced tools to users alongside some small but welcome screen and battery upgrades. Time will tell if these phones can out AI the Google Pixel 8 or outperform the iPhone 15, but Samsung has certainly come out of the gate strong with the Galaxy S24 series. The look of the Galaxy S24 isn't too far off that of the S23. The screen and back panel are both flat and are joined by metal side rails, but the phone has adopted a unibody-like design that blends all the separate panels together brilliantly. The Galaxy S23 already felt like a refined and well-built device, but the S24 takes it that little bit further. It's a pity that the frame's made of aluminum again, rather than the titanium offered on the Ultra. Similarly, the new Gorilla Armor glass material used to protect the Ultra's display is not found on the base or Plus, although you still get the previous gen Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which is rather tough already. Both phones benefit from their IP68 rating, ensuring they will survive water splashes in the shower or worse, being completely submerged underwater. Looking at the screen itself, the base model Galaxy S24 gets a larger 6.2-inch OLED display with slimmer bezels compared to the Galaxy S23, while the Galaxy S24 Plus has gone from 6.6 inches to 6.7 inches. The phones feel no larger than before but offer more display space, a rather excellent combination that ever so increases their screen to body ratios, and the screen's brightness, which Samsung rates for up to 2600 nits, was plenty high enough to be visible under the harsh lighting of Samsung's demo zone. Both models also get an upgrade to a full 1 to 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate, which was an Ultra model exclusive. The S24 Plus also gets a QHD Plus display, allowing it to offer more detail on its larger panel. Last thing to mention is the color selection. There's 4 choices by default for both the Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus, with Cobalt Violet being my personal favorite for its rich purple tone. The other bold color choice for the range is Amber Yellow, which is oddly pale under bright light but otherwise an appealing cheerful hue. Onyx Black and Marble Grey are very smart looking. Both the Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus have the same cameras as last year. Those are 50MP main camera, 12MP ultra-wide camera, 10MP 3x telephoto camera and 12MP selfie camera, in case you are not familiar already. It would have been nice to have some sort of camera sensor upgrade like the Ultra got for its high-res telephoto camera, but in my time with the S24, I found it capable of taking sharp, vivid photos backed up with some of the best photo processing in the business too, especially with the AI abilities I'll get to later. It's also good to see Super HDR support. This means brighter and more colorful images in the preview window while taking photos and while looking at them later in the gallery app and also on Instagram. How the matches up to the Galaxy S23 or rival phones like the Google Pixel 8 series or iPhone 15 series remains to be seen, but we will be testing thoroughly to see if the Galaxy S24 deserves a spot on our best camera phone guide. With Android 14 with One UI 6.1 installed by default, you get plenty of features to play with as standard on the Galaxy S24 series, like enhanced lock screen customization and a sleeker camera app design. But the real treat with the Galaxy S24 are the Galaxy AI branded features that will hopefully make common smartphone tasks easier or more powerful. One you will likely come across quickly is Chat Assist, which lives in your keyboard. This tool gives you the option to rewrite a text or email to make the tone fit the purpose you have in mind, or even translate it to one of Galaxy AI's 13 available languages at launch. When you come across something you want more information on, you no longer have to open your browser to search thanks to Galaxy AI. Its circle to search with Google ability lets you press and hold the home button or gesture bar at the bottom of the phone, then simply draw around something on screen to send a query to Google. You can then ask the AI follow-ups, such as asking it to plan a trip for you to the interesting landmark you just circled. Then there is live translation either during calls where a robotic voice will translate for you or in person where you can use a special two-sided interface to talk to someone opposite you. I attempted to speak a little French to the S24 and it got my sentence correctly translated back into English. We will need to test it further to see if this is because the AI needs work or my accent does. Transcribe Assist, part of the voice recorder app that can detect up to 20 speakers, label their contributions during a conversation and summarize the transcript for easy digesting at the end. The labeling feature worked brilliantly during my demo, but it didn't quite catch every word I spoke accurately, perhaps due to the background noise in the venue. The good old notes have received a lot of Galaxy AI powered treats too. For one, it can straighten up handwritten notes to make them more legible. But you can do more with typed text, such as translate it, reformat it, or summarize it automatically with the phone's AI. It looks great for people like me who have trouble getting their thoughts in order after jotting things down. The Galaxy S24 summary function can also be used in the Samsung Internet browser, where it's known as Browsing Assist, to quickly make long articles more readable and translate it into other languages. For photos, there has been an upgrade to the Photo Object Eraser tool for eliminating unwanted parts of your image, but that's now backed up with a generative AI system that can help you move or reframe images too. So if you want to straighten up a photo you accidentally shot on a slant or move yourself closer to the front of the photo, you can do that quite easily. And so you can't falsely claim this altered image as originals. The Galaxy S24 adds a watermark and a metadata flag to ensure responsible use. Also, the S24 can use what Samsung calls instant slow-mo to slow down regular video. This uses AI builds frames in between the ones you captured at the time, which produces okay-looking clips from a distance, but are in fact strangely murky if you start poring over the details. If all of this isn't enough for you, then you will be happy to hear that Samsung's offering 7 years of full Android updates on all Galaxy S24 models. That's equal best in the industry for updates alongside Google itself, so the S24 could be quite the investment if you plan to keep using it for a long time. The chip you get in the Galaxy S24 or S24 Plus depends on where you buy it. For US customers, these models are equipped with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy chip, just like the Galaxy S24 Ultra. But outside of the States, including in the UK, these two handsets get Samsung's own Exynos 2400 for Galaxy. We are confident that S24 and S24 Plus with the Snapdragon chip will offer some of the best phone performance available to date, but given previous Exynos chips have offered weaker performance than equivalent Snapdragon chips, buyers outside the US may be getting a odds deal. Let's move on to the other specs. The Galaxy S24 default 8GB RAM and 128GB of storage spec is a bit stingy, although you can upgrade that to 256GB of storage if you wish. The S24 Plus has a more generous 12GB RAM and 256GB standard package, and it can be spaced up to 512GB if you need more space. The Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus use similar hardware in a lot of places, but several welcome upgrades and the Galaxy AI package have likely given them enough to challenge the Google Pixel 8 series when it comes to AI features and the iPhone 15 series for photography smarts and raw computing power. How much you will appreciate these phones seems to rely a lot on how much mileage you will get from the AI features. Between the camera, notes, translation and transcription option, you should hopefully find at least one you are interested in, leaving the main decision then if you want the extra value offered by the cheaper base Galaxy S24 or the additional size, battery capacity and charging speed of the Galaxy S24 Plus. Be sure to check back soon for our full reviews of the Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus, but as it stands now, these phones seems like big upgrades from the Galaxy S23, even if the bulk of the changes can't be seen from the exterior.